Time for a twins pod.
Then I'm getting sucked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of your clips, how funny you are. Why did Joe Rogan ban you from his comedy club?
Well, he did it.
He did?
No, it was his little
staff.
minions who, again, it's the envy and the jealousy. I don't think he even knows that I'm banned. He follows me on he follows me on Instagram and on X, you know.
Right.
My X is hacked right now. I don't know if you guys saw that.
You got hacked?
Yeah, by a fucking tribe of Indian bots that fucking hacked me. So I'm working on getting it back, but I'm hacked, you know. I've tried everything.
Yeah.
There's probably some Indian in the back like, I'm not going to give it to her. You know, but I did get hacked. But he followed me on that stuff. He's liked my shit. You know, he knows who I am, but I don't think he knows I'm banned.
Yeah.
It's these minions. You got to understand, man. I always get along with the kings and the queens. I always get along with the people at the top, like, because real recognize real, you know?
Right.
It's the minions I never get along with.
Right.
It's always the middle
It's the
level
envy.
man. Yeah, man. I remember, like, I used to go, for a while, I was doing these, like, these temp jobs in finance, you know? And
We got finance degrees.
nice.
Yeah.
And Jews. And then I'd get hired by the boss. The boss would love me. And then the middle level manager would be like, this fucking bitch, you know? And I'd always end up getting fired. I didn't do shit, you know? But they knew I knew. They were like, this one knows.
Yeah.
She knows
Gotta
about
get rid of her.
Yeah, we got to get rid of her. People can tell when you know, like, about things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get targeted. When you're ignorant, like, nobody cares, you know?
He's just a dumbass. He don't know any better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, your tours, a lot of your shows has been getting banned lately.
Yeah, I've gotten banned from a lot of venues. I can't really work any regular clubs because they say that they're free speech, and then they'll get a complaint or a call from, like, Michael Rappaport, who will call them.
Oh, God.
And
What clubs can you perform at? Because we got shut down by Helium comedy clubs, but we could always go to an improv.
I haven't really tried any of the clubs anymore because after the last one in Pottstown that told me he was free speech and he was like, I'm not giving into cancel culture, and then he canceled a sold out show because Michael Rappaport called him.
Wow.
I was like, I can't trust them, and I can't be in this position where I'm scrambling to find a new venue because you got chicken shit because you said you're free speech, unless I say something that pisses somebody off. Which to me is like, you're not fucking free speech. You're all cowards. If you want to know why we're losing our rights, it's because nobody will stand up to the woke crowd and they just want somebody else to do it. Nobody has the guts to say, okay, fine. You're not going to perform in my club? Goodbye. And have the faith that God will provide, that you will get better than that.
I never understood that why they would cancel a sold out show. People paying the money, you putting butts in the seat. Why would you cancel the show because you don't like her jokes? It sounds like crazy.
It's not even that he didn't like my jokes.
Right.
It's that somebody else didn't, and you need to virtue signal and tell everybody that you're a good person, because otherwise you're a racist by association. Now, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that you've had white comedians who drop the N-word in their act plenty of times on your stage. Nobody said anything about them. It's me. I'm the problem. And I'm the problem for a few things. Number one, I'm a woman. Number two, I'm smart. Number three, I'm not a fat bitch anymore. If I was a fat bitch saying this, nobody would care. And I'm actually funny and making some valid points. So if any one of those things wasn't there, nobody would fucking care.
Yeah.
That's it.
So going forward, how do you book shows?
What I do is I call like what I think are conservative venues, and I ask them, you know, if we're able to do a show. I tell them, look, it's going to be a secret location. This is to minimize you guys getting calls or anything like that. If you're comfortable with that, you know, let us do it. You might get calls after the fact, but, you know, usually they're not like a major business. So I'm not doing any bars or anything like that, because those places will get threatened that their business will be shut down, even though it never happens.
Right.
It never happens. These people don't have any power. They just scream a lot.
Right.
So, and people like will call these venues. Like there was this one venue in Houston that had me last year. And people like this white lady, or I think she was Jewish, contacted her and was like, you know, she's an anti-Semite, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, me and my family have really enjoyed coming to your establishment. We won't be coming there anymore. He's like, I'm a bar where Mexicans come to line dance. you're not coming to my establishment. So they lie, you know, and he was like, I don't get any money. And this show has 450 people. And he's like, I'm not canceling this shit. You know, he must have made over 20 grand that day. So it's like, yeah, he's not going to cancel it. But so that's what I'll do. I'll keep it a secret location. I'll find these venues that are not really connected. Like I'll rent a hall or rent a space.
A ballroom.
Yeah, ballroom and a hotel. Like, you know, they're not going to cancel. It's like, I rented this. You're not supporting or sponsoring anything, right?
Right.
And then I'll keep it secret, and only people who bought tickets will get the location. And they get the location the day of. So it can minimize, like, sometimes I do have infiltrators. I run
that's crazy. You gotta be that lonely and just
people will buy tickets that just want to get the location, and so I run an AI program to scan their name and internet presence to see if they're connected to anybody who is like politically that way. And then if that's the case, I just put them on a list, and I don't even tell them their ticket's canceled. I just cancel it so they don't get the location. I do refund them but I'm going to start not refunding them so you lose your fucking money. And they just get their tickets canceled. Because I'm like, I'm not going to do this with you.
Wow. Yeah, you a bad bitch. Jumping through hoops.
Yeah. Well, here's where it pisses me off, okay? They're telling me that I can't say this. Fine. There's a bigger issue. My shows are sold out. I had like 350 people at my last show, okay? You're telling 350 people that they don't have a right to hear the content they want to hear. Who the fuck are you to make that decision for 350 grown adults? If they want to be racist, that's their fucking rights. If somebody doesn't have the right to be racist, somebody doesn't have the right to be non-racist. That's the truth. So you think this is a tyranny of kindness and compassion. And it's bullshit. It's not real kindness, not real compassion. But they are trying to legislate and force you to be their version of kind, of nice. This is how people don't realize this. They think all tyrannies are about like, oh, we're going to force you to be evil. No. Tyrannies are always masked this way, that they're forcing you to be good. God doesn't do that. If God doesn't do that, who are you?
God just send your ass to hell.
That's right.
They'll burn for eternity.
Well, people don't understand that either. You know, it's not God that's sending you to hell. It's you. You made that choice. Well, because here's
a great point.
This is the understanding in the Orthodox Church is that God is like a fire, right? And depending on your spiritual state, you either experience that fire as warmth or you experience it as burning. It's the same fire. It's you that's different. You know, and I believe that God is a lot bigger and more merciful than we understand, you know, because otherwise none of us would make it. That's the truth. None of us would make it. I mean, some of the shit, like I think about it, you know, talk about like waking up out of feminism, like, you know, the stuff where you just like have some casual relationships and then people think that that's good. It's horrible. You don't realize it in the moment that you are literally defiling and destroying yourself. And you're doing it thinking you're getting something. I mean, that's the nature of evil, right? This is like when a trans person cuts their dick off and they think that they're like winning, but they have literally maimed themselves. You go, that's the nature of evil. Evil makes you do harm to yourself and make you believe that it's good.
I couldn't imagine like waking up and just chopping that off. What's the point of living?
But that's
the weirdest thing.
It's an anti-life. It's a death cult, you know. So I didn't know this at the time. I was young. I was stupid. I was like, I'm in New York City. I'm having fun. Sex in the city. You know, and now I'm haunted by these memories where I'm like, and I know that I've been forgiven because I have talked about it, but it still haunts you. You live with that. So sometimes people think like Christianity is bullshit because they're like, you could just say I'm sorry and it's good. It's like, that's not what repentance means. Repentance means a real significant change in your soul where you suddenly are like, holy cow.
You're remorseful.
You're remorseful. And the truth of the matter is like, this is why you shouldn't just be like, well, I could just apologize for it at the end. Because when you wake up, when you realize what you've done, it's fucking painful. And you're haunted by that.
Hey everybody, it's your only two favorite black guys. And we got a new favorite giveaway. This Jeep Rubicon, candy apple red. Yeah, lifted. Yeah, fully loaded. Hey fellas, women love Jeeps. This is crazy. And the reason why we do this, because y'all support us. So we're gonna support you. You know, we're some good guys. Even if we are black, we like to give back. Y'all support us, so we give back to y'all. Who else doing this? Ain't nobody doing that. But y'all are paying my bills, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all want me on food stamps like all the rest of them niggas? I'm working for my money. Go to officialhodgetwins.com. Anything you buy on our site, get you automatically entered to win all our giveaways. No purchase necessary. All input prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah.